What's happening? What it do? Good evening. Good afternoon. It's Friday. Falcon Friday. Good afternoon, madness. It's your boy, OGBigsam, aka Mr. White in the building. Bringing previews, high rumors, continued discussions, and all that jazz that is all Falcons on today. Uh, Looking like I'm solo for the time being on this here particular episode of Falcon Friday. But we're gonna roll on and make it do what it do, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Uh, 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 you know, I tell you, our organization, when it stink, it just stink. You know what I'm saying? And when messy stuff get out into the atmosphere, when messy stuff get out into social media, when messy stuff gets out in front of an audience, in front of the public, there's no dressing it up. There's no putting makeup on it. There is no trying to put some shampoo and relaxer on it to make it look nice and straightened or loose and curly. It's just gonna be nappy. It's just gonna be nappy. And that's what this situation is with Michael Penix's comments. He said what he said, and people understood what he didn't say as well. That was a up close and authentic, thought out loud on a microphone that happened. And I think it was just a precursor to whatever's going to happen Sunday. I think that comment out of that young man in this atmosphere, in this big picture, it's the final straw. I don't think it even matters what the outcome of the season is. I think even if there's a miracle run and we make the playoffs, I think it is a done dollar for this coaching staff. I really do. When you're young, and when I mean young, because he's still a baby in this cruel world of professional football, and when you're trying to do your best to do your job, learn your job, be your job, and especially as a rookie quarterback, it is a cruel world. And those thoughts that came out of his face, those weren't made up. Those were authentic thoughts and feelings that came out of Michael Penix's mouth on that microphone in front of a room full of reporters that has been on every social media platform, that has been on every sports news outlet that was said about this organization, about this coaching staff, about this locker room. And it ain't no rolling it back. It ain't no unsaying it. It has been said, and it was authentic, and it was real, and it was genuine. and then you know, which puts a hanging cap on what is now this tumultuous, godforsaken season for the Atlanta Falcons. You know, um, what's up, Mr. Knight? What's good, money? Yeah, and that's what that statement told me. That's what that statement told me. You know, um, and money. He understood the question and he answered it as authentic and as real and as genuine as it. The boy looked like he was ready to cry at one point. You know, and he was just like, I don't have that. I don't have any of that. You know what I'm saying? It's just bad. It's not just a bad look. It's a bad feeling. It's a bad omen. You know. Hey Sonya, I see why MPJ said what he said, especially with the quarterback coach said about him. Raheem is letting all of this happen on his watch. This is the worst coaching staff that we have ever had. And look, I, I can't even remotely want to find a reason to disagree. I can't. This is it is it just it it's a bad it's just a bad look all around. You know what I'm saying? It's just bad. It ain't it's not even any energy to remotely look for anything to describe it other than bad because that's what it is. It's just bad. He looked like a lonely kid standing up there giving an honest answer to a real question. Ain't no put no spin on it. Ain't no trying to dress it up. He understood exactly what the question was and he answered it as such. And it was a death nail. And it was. Even if Raheem was to win 8 straight games and make the playoffs, and still, would fire his ass if yeah, and I'm gonna get to that too. And what I'm saying, and just to piggyback, I was just saying, I don't. Even if we was to go on a run and make the playoffs, I don't see there being. It would take an act of God. It would take for the unthinkable to happen for this man to keep this job. Okay, and you know what the unthinkable is. All right, you know what I'm saying. It just that's the only thing that that I would see that would remotely have this man in here as the head coach of this team another year. I mean, from training camp to now, it has been a straight up diarrhea shit show. You know, the Falcons have their quarterback of the future now. Put the right coaches with them. Yes, yes, definitely. If we lose Sunday and they don't fire the right people, I know exactly how I want the Saints and Jets games to go. I'm going full Joker mode. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's been nothing but a shit show, man. And to lose the games we have lost the way we have lost them in the grand fashion that we have lost, and to deal with the circus that is these press conferences with Raheem Morris. I mean, I'm just like, why? I mean, just put the 50K to my head and pull the trigger. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. This is bad. It's bad. It's bad, man. It's just god awful bad. You know, I mean that this it's crazy. It's hard even trying to find words. You know what I'm saying, to even discuss. You know, this situation. I mean, because our quarterback shouldn't be up there, like that, and giving those assertions. It just and then you're out here trying to make light of it, y'all. So the yeah, you're out here, you know, trying to make light of the situation, and you're looking real immature right now. You're looking real suspect. You and the quarterback coach, DJ Williams. Why? I mean, you know what I'm saying. You've been better off not saying nothing at all. You just would have been, what I'm saying, better off not saying up. What's going on, Terry? You'd have been better off not saying nothing at all. I mean, to me, the best response was Jesse Bates. That's about the best thing that you know what I'm saying, you could have said. Well, me as a veteran, I think the best thing that I could do is start talking to that young man, you know what I'm saying, as much more, you know what I'm saying, no matter what. That was the best and only response that was needed. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I mean, because what Raheem said and what DJ Williams said is, and I'm like, why? Why? You know what I'm saying? Why? Y'all make half-ass making light of the situation of the young man's, comments. You know, like I said, I stopped watching Ryan press conferences. It's the same thing every time. Yeah, yeah. As much as I want to see our team win on Sunday, I want us to lose and get embarrassed. I want Raheem gone after Sunday. Well, like I said on yesterday, earlier this week, um, you looking into the Ouija board and looking at history in the Falcons crystal ball. Um, Three of the last four coaches have gotten fired after losing to this team. You know, Taylor said Penix had a Nino Brown moment. This bigger than Michael Penix. In my pocket is a list of names. Hey, look, that whole thing, right? Like I said, man, the when he went into saying it, and I'm just like, it was authentic. It was bare naked thinking out loud moment, straight uncut, no chase. You know, got to find a way to get you back watching the. I think that ship has sailed for a lot of people. I think that ship has sailed for a lot of people, man. I mean, you got you got um you know, folks half-ass out here trying to control the damage. Ain't no controlling it. Ain't no controlling that. That those words, that everything that he said. I mean, you know what I'm saying, from Fox, ESPN, all in they talked about that shit for a whole half an hour on NFL Live on ESPN. Okay. What the name? Dan Patrick. Oh, Dan Patrick went in. All the sports radio networks here in the A, I'm talking about, they've been the whole field day. Roddy White read the damn Falcons organization up one side and down the other. Okay, you know, it's just it, that we was already on the ride of the beginning of the end, but that right there by our starting young quarterback, our rookie quarterback, it was the death nail. It was the death nail. You know what I'm saying? Um, Right Right interview told the tale of this team, and coach said, yes, yes. And you know, Roddy tapped in. You know what I'm saying? Roddy tapped in. So I mean, you know what I mean. It's a bad situation. I mean, it was already a bad enough look. It just, you know, there you can't you, and then they out here, you know, Raheem out here trying to make light of the situation, not making it any better. DJ Williams, you know, trying to, sugarcoat it about, some of the conversation it not making, didn't make it any better. Didn't make it any better. That young man spilled his guts, told his true feelings and his true perspective, bare naked perspective of what he felt about what he's having to deal with and what he's gone through and how he's gone through it. And like I said, over the last few weeks, now y'all have heard me talk about body language. And you read the body language of a lot of these offensive players. You read the body language of Penix, of Drake, Mooney, even Bijan. You know what I'm saying? And then Tyler. Last week, somebody posted on Instagram, Fire Raheem, and he liked the post. Yeah, it's oh yeah, that offensive locker room is out. They done checked out. They done checked out. You know what I'm saying? And it's bad. It's bad. You can see it. You can see it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not going to get any better. It's not. It's not going to get any better. This is the Hindenburg, and somebody done pulled rocket fuel on his mother. Straight up. That's exactly what it is. You know, Penix body language during the Dave Archer interview was that yes it was. Yes it was. Yep, and was. It's just God awful. You know what I mean? Uh, but we do have, you know what I'm saying? This game is happening on Sunday. Um, it is in the bins. You know, I feel everybody's sense of what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Um, in this game, I'm as always, I want us to win, but then there's part of me just like, man, sh- fall on the sword on this and just and go and get it over with to get his ass up out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's the sentiment right now around the city. I mean, it's like a old gloomy cloud of a bad storm that's rolling up and it's taking its time rolling up. You know, yeah. Old Tyler, real active on social. He liked the exact post he meant to like about. Yes, yeah, yeah. Oh, 3,700 Falcon fans don't leave the bins too disappointed. I'm saying you ain't shit. You ain't shit. Um, I mean, but you know, needless to say, Panthers confident in him. And I've been, you know, checking in, what I'm saying, to them Panther boys over there and listening to what they've been talking about. And they are very aware of the situation, social media and media wise. Um, and even it's just like, man, shit, you got to take advantage of it. They dead in the water. Shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like a bunch of lions walking up on a zebra carcass at that point. You know, I mean, even though they do have some issues over there, but I mean, in some circles, the sentiment is the to you know to exact some type of revenge or whatever. I mean, but uh, I mean, why? Why even put the effort in? Just flip the coin and let them do what they do. Get this over with and get Raheem out of Atlanta. Facts. That's the looming sentiment, or you know what I'm saying, all over the city, and in some cases around a lot of other fan base communities. You know, it's just it's a bad look. You know, I mean, when you're getting some forms of sympathy from you know your rivals, it's bad. You know it's bad. You know it's bad. Um, I mean, my mind, I see what this game is gonna be like because I know this defense is gonna come in and continue to do what they've been doing. You know what I'm saying? Showing up, causing turnovers, get to the quarterback. You know what I mean? And I know it. I know that's what it's gonna do. I know that's what it's gonna be. And I know Zach and Raheem, with the lackadaisical, dumbfounded, bleach blind-minded ass selves, are gonna fuck it up. They're gonna fuck it up. They're not gonna be of any help, any way, shape, form, or fashion. You're not. If we win this game, it's gonna be in spite of. I'm rooting for them this week, but if they lose and Rod ain't fired, I want to see New Orleans drop 50 on us next week for the greater. Listen, let me tell you something. It's just, as much as I'm just the football apocalyptic nature of things that would be losing back to back, getting swept by the Panthers, and then turning around losing to the Saints. Oh my God! Oh my goodness! I'm just. We might have to pipe in crowd noise on Sunday. Lord have mercy. It's yeah. It just. I mean, it's hard mustering up the energy to even talk about this game, man. Given the situation and given the actions and the goings on of this week, coming off that loss, you know what I'm saying? I, I mean, what? It's awful. It's awful. It's awful. I mean, if we, like I said, we win this game, it's gonna be on the strength of the defense. You know what I'm saying? In spite of, I mean, literally, this might be a 13-3 or 17-10 type joint because our defense is on one. I mean, let's think about it now. The last 2 weeks, and you have accumulated 12 sacks, 20 quarterback hits. You forced 5 turnovers. Your quarterback pressure rate, blitz rate has been 44%. Third, that's third overall in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And to lose those 2 games off of those 2 efforts, I mean, I can see them. I can see this defense. I mean, because and coming in and in spite of continuing to do that, these boys can get after Bryce. Gonna have to neutralize Dowdle first. Simple, but it ain't gonna be easy. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we we took literally Jonathan Taylor did what he did. All right. But we held that passing offense, which is number one in the league. And, we had them in the chokehold for the most part. Um, you know what I'm saying? And I haven't seen the injury report for us since Tuesday. Um, when you had it was like 12 or 13 people was on it. So I have no idea what that even looks like. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Just what I've been seeing social media wise from some guys on the team and whatnot. I think there's going to be some instrumental effort. I know the defense is going to come. The defense is going to do. They're going to do what they're going to do. Um, you know, I mean the goings on and happenings of this week is going to do one or two things for this game. We're going to be a dead team walking, or you're going to come in and beat the whole holy hell shit out of the Panthers. You know what I'm saying? Just to spite Raheem. You know, it's one of the two things. It's one of the two things that are going to happen. Now, speaking of goings on, there's a situation that is developed, that has popped up, and there's a lot of smoke, and in some circles there is some fire. Once member of the 2016 coaching staff that went to the Super Bowl, Matt Lefleur, Um, there's a whole lot of smoke about him possibly being out in Green Bay. Um, and there's a whole lot of talk about it. He may be, in some back channels, whatnot, sitting in wait. Uh, you know, and watching this, for whatever to happen down here, that he would immediately jump on a plane and take the reins, take the helms, and take this job. Um, there's been a whole lot of talk. I saw on Fox Sports South. I heard the whole initial break on 680 The Fan on the radio. Um, and then saw what Dan Patrick had to say. I saw what Colin Cowherd had to say about it, because they was giving it, it's getting greasy up there. They struggling, and they and it's like if Green Bay don't make the playoffs, Matt Lefleur could be out up there. You know what I'm saying, in Green Bay, which would be it would be a fabulous thing for us, if you're looking for a guy that has had some success, especially with quarterbacks and putting together an offense, and he's shown that he could dial up plays, and he's done he for for the for what he for the time that he's been up there, he's done some good things. You know what I'm saying? He's done some good things, and I think that Matt Lefleur with this offense and putting together a comparable coaching staff would be a breath of fresh air. A strong breath of fresh air. Now, some people are saying that it is confirmed that Lefleur is strongly keeping an eyeball on this here situation, has been keeping in touch with some homies here in the A, with the goings on of the goings ons. And yes, money with that exactly. And I think he would bring a strong container of that competence and real coaching. You know what I'm saying? Matt Lefleur, you call his name, you could think of a couple of things: West Coast offense, um, West Coast zone run scheme. You know what I'm saying? Um, he has it in him to run the ball when the ball needs to be ran. Um, you know, just saying. To he checks all the boxes. He checks all the boxes. And then Matt Lefleur does have a home here. He does. No, literally a home, a house. Yeah, he does have a house here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he still got that house up there in Sandy Springs. Yeah. So I mean, I don't think it would be too many of some issues and whatnot. You know, him and the fam getting back here and dialing it up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the situation that is Matt LaFleur rumors to Atlanta this offseason are hot, heavy, and strong. Um, it's very, 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 very strong. Money says, I don't think Love is all that, but he's a capable starter in this league. We get Penix near Love's level with Drake and Bijan playing. That's right. Yeah, you know, and Mr. Knight, that sentiment, you know, that is a weighing heavy sentiment around the city right now. A lot of people are, you know what I'm saying, about that, on that right now. Um, you know, uh, it was Matt Chernoff on the radio this morning that broke the situation. And plus he tweeted, a trusted source told him to keep your eye on Atlanta if the Packers move on from Lefleur. And now the rumor has made its way to Pat McAfee. Yeah, yeah, I saw a tad bit of that, a tad bit of it. Um, yeah, the situation, the way that it's flowing and flying around him, I think, you know, I say there's fire to that, um, because you know you don't let that get out there like that. You know what I'm saying? If you're the Packers front office, you don't let that get out there like that. And you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, they was in the playoffs last year. You know what I'm saying? We're talking progression. They've gotten better each year. You know what I mean? And yeah, they've hit some 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 stumps in the road. You know what I'm saying, this season, and for that to get out, you know, hey, you know, Packers don't make the playoffs. Uh, LeFleur most likely will be out of him. You know, and you and you know when those things, you know, because I go by NFL.com and Adam Schefter and you know the other guy, and you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, it's a lot of NFL uh veteran press guys that speak on stuff, and I'm talking about this shit here has checked all the boxes since first hearing on 680 The Fan, and then Dan Patrick, you know what I'm saying, you know, and then it's just, it's everywhere, the NFL Network, NFL Live, all the NFL aficionados, if you will, are talking about it. You know, I mean, it's across every news outlet in Wisconsin. Shit, you know. So I mean, what we're looking at right now, I mean, sure, hey, and you might be right, money. You might be right. I don't know what the hell they're thinking. Well, it's you had some falling outs, and you know what I'm saying. And yes, they have money. Yes, they have. 680 has been, you know what I'm saying, boot the ass on 929. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, with legit, you know what I'm saying, news stuff, with legit conversations. Yes, yes, they have. What up, Corey? What's going on, man? Green Bay might be eyeing QBA, which is a strong possibility. Yeah, that's a strong possibility, because with some of the internal things that have been going on, you know, up there, um, you know, with certain situations, you know what I'm saying, behind closed doors. I mean, you know, them possibly not making the playoffs would probably be just an excuse, you know what I'm saying, to move on from LeFleur. Yeah, I heard they'll bring Lefleur as the OC first to get familiar with the team. Uh, then if and when Raheem fuck up, he can take up. Uh, Um, No, the conversation it's been a little thicker than that. We not just the offense. He did come to take coming to take over as the HC. Yeah, I'm having a epiphany. Because fuck around with the fuck around, and we can get both him and McDaniel back. Head coach OC over here in this thing. You know what I'm saying? Which should have been the case 10 years ago after the Super Bowl, instead of letting them walk out of the door with Shanahan. You know, I mean, just to be full circling on this thing, you know what I'm saying? Just mess around and get Lefleur and Mike McDaniel back in him. Shit, I wouldn't be mad at all. Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly, Corey. Exactly. Uh-huh. Exactly. I wouldn't listen. If you want to talk about full circle, you want to talk about righting the wrong, you know what I'm saying, or erasing a mistake, getting the both of them back in here. Hey, look at him. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about a clean sweep of a cleanup? You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about fixing a problem? You want to talk about putting our quarterback and this offense, oh my God, in two capable hands? Shit. Okay. Okay. I, I'm getting get it just it's just boy. I mean, because it's going when the clock strikes zeros on the Dolphins last game, it ain't even gonna be no exit press conference. Mike just he gonna pull up the RV and get the hell out of goddamn South Beach. Ulbrich might be able to stay since all of them familiar, and I can work there. And whatever the situation, what I'm saying, may land the head coach. I if I'm a head coach coming in here, I'm keeping Brick and Ollie in their defensive staff, because you could see the work that they have put in and made this defense what it is. You want to keep that. You want to hang on to that. You want to keep that going. Right now, our biggest issue is getting life good for our quarterback in this offense. You know what I'm saying? And continue to let Terry do his thing up there with the scouting and getting the foreseeable talent off in this gap. Miami keeps winning these sneaky games. I need them to go on and lay down. I mean, look, I don't. They could end 8 and 9 or whatever the case may be, and the outcome is still gonna be the same. Because McDaniels is out in Miami. That marriage is over. That marriage is over. Trust, that marriage is over. That marriage is over down now. It's so, cause it is so much. You want to talk about, what I'm saying, internal strife. Boy, what I'm saying. I'm just surprised he made it to this year. I thought it was a done dollar last season. To be honest, that's how bad it's looked down there. You know, but I mean, yeah, for that would be, you want to talk about getting, what I'm saying, getting to the light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, because that old saying, you things to get worse before it get better. Well, this is our worst right now that's happening. And to possibly have McDaniels and LaFleur fall into our lap. You talking about a clean fix, a perfect fix? Of course, if that's too much like right though. We got to throw a wrinkle in this. Hey man, look, I feel you. I feel you. I mean, but it will be something, you know what I'm saying, finally that that goes wrong outside, but be be right for us on the inside. McDaniel could have been fired, this one day, but then this one day in Atlanta. Hey, look, I'm just saying, you know, it will be righting wrong. It will be, what I'm saying, fixing, what I'm saying, a snafu, what I'm saying, for them walking out the door in 16, after the Super Bowl debacle, you know what I'm saying? They both went out the door with Shanahan, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, a whole bunch of folk that went out the door with Shanahan that was on that Super Bowl staff. But getting if we would manage to get those two back in here on this offense, shoot, all right, all right, I'm good with it. I'm down. I'm praying to the football guys, please, Lord have mercy, please. You know what I'm saying? Because uh, 40 years, 40 years of the stuff that I have lived through and seen and sat through. You know what I'm saying? I don't even I don't even bother to try to put the stitches on the wounds anymore. You know what I'm saying? I just pour alcohol on it and let it cook. I'm just saying, with a lot of the stuff that has happened, you know what I'm saying, through the years, from the Smith family, Rankin Smith and his family on this team to now. You know, I'm just saying, man. But this right here, the Lefleur rumors, which seem to be, carrying some weight, whatever the situation may be up there, you know what I mean, in Green Bay. Money said, I'm only 34, but the hardest season I've lived through is 2020, 2007, and this one. Well, bro, I'm gonna do you a favor one day, and I'm gonna do a show, it just based on the '80s alone. I'm gonna do a show on one of these Fridays. I'm gonna do a show just on the stuff that I lived through the '80s. With Rankin Smith, Lehman Bennett, Bill Campbell, June Jones, uh, Jerry Glanville, all of that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Just sit here and tell you about it, and let you be the judge. And you think 2020, 2007, and this year, and they are bad, but some of the stuff that, hey, you just, hey, it's just say, I'm here for it. Okay, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm able to laugh at certain situations. That's why I'm able to deal with this the way I'm dealing with it. Because of what I've lived through as a fan of this organization since 1978. You know, did a little research and saw some Kim McCullough highlights. Yeah, 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 yeah. To land both, I'll say it's like 60% chance this franchise rarely goes with the obvious pick, which is true, which is truth. So he said, if we get back both these coaches, Arthur needs to change the locks on the stadium doors on McKay and the boy. Yes, yes, yeah, yeah. That's definitely that definitely needs to be done. Um, But from understanding, we're like 6 people that are probably not going to be playing Sunday. I was trying to look up the injury list report. Um, but I mean, we are where we at now, man. Um, luck for it, luck on it. You know what I'm saying? It's my mind, saying my thoughts on the Lefleur situation. It was my thoughts on the damage that is not being controlled correctly of the Michael Penix, comments, um, and whatnot. Um, we got 9 games to go. Um, nine of them, including Sunday. So, I mean, as normal, I'm gonna be sitting in front of my 62-inch, like I always do, in my Archie Bunker chair with my feet propped up, watching, like I always do. Um, and, rooting for us like I always do. You know what I'm saying? Just let's get through what is this damn season. So hey man, you um, it's Friday. It's November. You're getting closer and closer to Thanksgiving. Um, shit. uh, I'm just saying, we got to pray for each other. We got to pray for each other. You know what I'm saying? Everybody check in every once in a while. Hey, you good? You know, you still got the Falcon Berry from there? You all right? Okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because Ryan, he taking us up through there, man. He's taking us up through there. It's just, I mean, this situation is just, I mean, like, wow, wow. Like, just damn, wow. You know, like I said before, you have your quarterback now. Put the right coaches around him. Yep, that is the going. That is the need. That is the happening that needs to be a happening. That needs to be a happen. You know, um, yeah, he never was. He never was. There's nothing on his resume that warranted him being a head coach, especially for this team. And I'm gonna stand on that. I'm gonna keep saying that. You know, um, you know, it just it is what it is. Um, Previewed Panthers, Falcons. It, our defense being what they are, like I said, I don't. We don't give up. We won't give up more than 14 points in this game. And if the offense managed to keep it in a row, we should win by 2 field goals at best. That's my shot on that. No, Leo, no, that motherfucker he's still in him, even after all the bullshit that has gone on this week. Yeah, yeah. That's just the situation that is the Atlanta Falcons right now. Yep. Homer came in as a loser. Then he came here and lost. Can't say I'm surprised. Hey, uh, I mean, again, that's something else that would be almost too much like right. And we mess around and get McDaniels and Lefleur, and get Matt here as the QB coach. You know, you know, um, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, if no balls was a person, it's Raheem. You right. You right, Leo. Um, but I look, wishing upon a star for a few things. And I would love that to see that. You know what I'm saying? Is Matt willing to come out the booth? You know what I'm saying? To get on the sidelines downhill. Uh, you know what I'm saying? To be a quarterback's coach and mess around and get the bug to be, and ain't no telling. I mean, but hey, it's just one of them things where we just have to wait and see. Matt as a QB coach spells Super Bowl and playoff winning. I I, I would like to think so. I would like to think so. Well, I think the fellas are gonna be on later on tonight. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Tactish 78, ATL Sports End Game tonight with the fellas. Y'all might, if that's going on, y'all might see me with them. Um, uh, Check out Will the Thrill over there across the water doing his thing. I think Coach will be up in the morning, getting it in with the bird feeder. I might check in with him on, y'all might see me across that. But hey, that's all I got for y'all tonight, man. It's a somber thing, man. It's a somber thing. That's what Homer got us out here looking like and feeling like with all this is going on, you know. Um, but y'all definitely will see me on tomorrow with the halftime shows for the Yellow Jackets and the Dogs tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, um, and whatnot. So stay up for that. For tomorrow, halftime check-ins for the city. Hey man, look, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And like always, it doesn't work without you. I appreciate you. Hit that like button. If you're not locked in, subscribe to Mr. White Network. You know what I'm saying? Uh, show them some love, I show it right back. You know what I'm saying? Trying to build this thing brick by brick as we go, baby. You know what I mean? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Look, we're gonna keep it A. We're gonna keep it dirty, most nobly, keep it real with yourself. Let your next choice be your best choice, man. Holidays are rolling, man. Y'all keep it safe. And I'm out.